Well, hello, welcome back. In all the laudable efforts of those attempting to right the wrongs done to women in our society, it is sometimes easy to forget the innocent villain in it all, men. Winifreda Boubon brings it.
Dudley Crayon runs a men's rights group out of his garage here in the much sought-after by landfill company suburb of Melbourne. He denies his group is a terrorist organisation.
Look, all we're on about is pointing out to the powers that be that this #MeToo business is getting out of hand. You can't expect to turn around 2,000 years of patriarchal tyranny like that. It takes time. Not another 2,000 years necessarily. I mean, all we're asking for is a transitional period for men to be gently weaned off what we've culturally evolved to expect as our due and get used to whatever the new normal's gonna be. Wage parity, being respected in the workplace, rethinking consent so that it factors in the concept of consent, etc.
Dudley and his comrades believe this requires negotiation, and until it's all resolved, things should be left exactly as they are.
It's like Dudley said in his podcast, you don't throw the baby out and any other children from the marriage with the bathwater.
It's a false equivalence, isn't it?
Exactly. You try and take a bone from a dog when he's slobbering and drooling all over it, of course he's going to get angry and bite you.
What you need to do is inject the dog with a sedative, jump over the fence, take the bone, plant the explosives or whatever you think is the best way to draw attention to your cause, then get out of there before the fire engine turn up. That way no one gets hurt.
Take your seats, please, gentlemen. I call this meeting to order.
Have you put the bins out, Dudley?
I will, Mum, just as soon as we're done. We stand on the precipice, my friends.
After almost 3 hours of impassioned exhortation for understanding and tolerance by women, with only a short break when the police arrived to tell Dudley to keep the noise down because the neighbours had been complaining, he delivers his final coup de grace.
What's happening is that men's rights are being taken away so that women can get ahead on their own merits, and I don't think that's fair.
Yeah!
Women didn't like it when it happened to them, so how can it be okay for them to force it on us?
Yeah!
They're the ones who need empathy training.
Yeah!
That's too loud. Gloves on, gloves on.
But the South Melbourne Men's Group are not all about talk. They believe in real solutions and have invited me along to a post-meeting activity they think may go some way to changing things.
Dudley! Bins!
Oh, no, all right. Don't go.
Curious about what solutions they have in mind, I asked them what they think of quotas. What do you think of quotas?
We don't believe quotas solve anything. Conrad says we will meet and greet targets set by others, which we do not accept.
There is no point living in a world that exists if its potential for unfettered economic growth is compromised, even momentarily.
After destroying the skyscraper that housed the law firm used by his wife during their divorce with anti-slace plastic explosives, Dudley and his team celebrate their raising of awareness at a local kebab joint.
At the end of the day, all we want, demand, is what everyone wants. That any reduction or modification of men's rights be by agreement with a 3/4 majority vote. And secondly, we call for an amnesty on anything that makes me feel or us feel uncomfortable being brought before the courts or even up in conversation. And finally, a complete ban on the use of the word mansplain.
Mark Latham certainly has a lot to answer for. Winifreda Boubon for Mad As.